Greetings, one and all. This is Lloyd Brown alongside Lady Lex. I had to phone some lawyers and phone some fixers and phone some people just to kind of, just to get the police off my back.
But Lloyd, tell me what the hell the
police can do. Say what the hell the police can do. Welcome, one and all, to a very, very wonderful meeting of minds, reasoning with the one and only Lady Lex. In this In Conversation series, I wanted just to give props to the females that are doing it for themselves to steal somebody else's song title. I just wanted to feature someone who is basically prominent in the business, not only in the music business as an artist, but a CEO of a company as well that is helping to promote the music that we're making. But we're going to get into that way down in the series. The last episode we was actually talking about at the age of 17 you being signed to a independent label. I mean, properly signed.
Oh, properly signed.
On the dotted line, on pieces of paper. No, coming on voice a couple of children.
And show me see what we can work out here. No, it's none of that, No, it's a proper sign.
Official and above board.
Official.
Okay.
And we did a whole video as well. And
what, then those times as well?
Yeah, a whole video on green screen and everything.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
You were 17?
Proper production company. Yeah.
Wow.
Proper production company.
So you must be in your mid-30s then?
What? By that time, by the time I'd recorded that, I was 20s. Well, mid-30s, yeah, right.
No, I'm just talking about you in your mid-30s now.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to be charming here.
I know you are.
And you dissected it. You know what? I ain't gonna say nothing. Okay, tell your story.
So I was nearly 20.
Okay.
And about 20 by the time I did the video.
Oh, right, okay.
And pregnant, may I add.
Right.
And they still did the video.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you was so basically you was multitasking. It'd be safe to say.
I was indeed, yeah.
And a little known fact that that people might not know about Lady Lex is that that you are also a very nifty producer. You're a producer as well.
I can produce, indeed I can.
Yeah, I kind of knew it, but I didn't know to what ends.
What ends? That came after because I'd done the video and in the end I was signed to the company for 5 years.
Right.
There was a little hazardous point.
Discrepancy.
Yes,
let's just
discrepancy. Let me leave it at that.
Okay.
I never saw the manager again, and
we'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that.
But
and then sorry, go on.
No, but what I wanted to kind of get into was you actually being
Where
in
went from that? Yes.
No. I wanted to kind of get to know about your producing.
Yeah, that's what.
Because because for me it's like knowing someone that has been doing what I've been doing for the last 12, 13 years, and you was doing it way before I was doing it.
Okay, well, it came about because of that situation.
Right.
It came about because I thought, well, I'm fed up with other people keep taking control. So I just wanted to be, in some way in control of my own destiny to that degree where I can say, well, I don't have to wait for a bandsman to turn up. I don't have to wait for the drummie's not here this week, then the next week the bass guitarist's not here, then that kind of situation. Because we know what happens. People get on a love tip and then they just go missing for a few. It's just part and parcel of life, isn't it? So I just wanted to have that control. So I was very fortunate in that my mother, bless her, and this was before I was 26 because that's when my next child came along. So it was my mother went and bought me a Roland D10. She said to me, "What do you need?"
Wow.
What do you need? So she bought me a Roland D10 and I got a setup together. So I had a Roland D10, I had a reel-to-reel, I had a TAC-SCAN mixing decks, and I had a 4-track and a microphone, a Shure SM58.
Let's okay, because you're going way ahead right now. So let's just kind of put it into context, right? So when you had all of that equipment, when your dear mother basically more or less financed your dream, how old was you then?
Could have only been about 22, 23, something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I had all of that going on because I had hacked version of Cubase. But I started off on Pro 12, Steinberg Pro 12 people.
You're gonna get me arrested. You're gonna get me arrested, Lex.
I know. I'm sorry.
First cars and now cracked versions of music software. Come on now.
I couldn't afford.
I didn't know. Honestly.
I couldn't afford much more.
Well, yeah, we all kind of dabbled.
We were so desperate to do music
Yeah.
that it just was what it was.
Yeah.
And that was given to me by a friend. So
Who knew a friend? Who knew a friend that drove a lorry?
That's right. Exactly. So, okay, so I had the Roland D10, I had my little setup.
Yeah.
And then I had to learn how to use it all.
Right.
Because don't forget, I mean, I never went to any college or anything to train me how to use it.
Okay.
I just had to sit down with the instruction manual. Steinberg Pro 12, page 1.
Right.
That was so hours later.
So how long did you basically do the crash courses? Is safe to say.
Listen, I was on it all the time. I mean, I was on it literally all the time until, I mean, I had the Roland D10 allowed you to sort of like be 8-part multi-timbral. So you could have 8 instruments playing at the same time, but you couldn't have any more than that.
Right.
Then I went from the Steinberg 12 to the Steinberg Pro 24. And then from that up until then, and then came the Cubase.
Talk amongst yourselves, all right? You're losing me here.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And I'm in the producing game. Okay, so the Roland D10, right?
Yes, yeah.
So that keyboard basically enabled you to play 8 instruments and have the 8 instruments going one time.
That's right, through the Pro 12, yeah.
Through the Pro 12.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it went in performance mode or multi-timbral modes, like the MIDI mode. So I had to learn all about MIDI back in the day. I know about my MIDI in, my MIDI out, and what you had to do. So I used to use the Atari ST. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's not that I'm disinterested. I'm just absolutely amazed. I'm amazed because I've not heard females talk about their instruments in that way.
Yeah, with love and kind of passion. So I used to have everyone round. Everyone used to come round. I used to say, don't give me any money. Just come round, sing to me what you want to play.
Yeah.
And then I put the B line down and put the little parts down for them. And then we used to have fun switching it to quantize because that used to give you like what it thought you meant.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, nah, I'm quantized.
Yeah, well, for those who might not know what quantize is, that's kind of, you know, that's not within the whole.
It's a rhythmical auto tune.
Yeah, so basically,
what I call it. Yeah, you know what I mean.
So I could basically just play a. Right.
Yeah.
But when it's quantized,
harsh. There's no feel in it. There's no love in it. It's like it's literally a computer, isn't it? It's like you just got a drum machine and stuck it on. Like the old Casio.
Yeah.
Like the old Casio. Terrible.
Yeah. So it's kind of easy for us producers. I can say us producers now.
Yeah.
We can listen to a tune and we know when certain things are quantized, and that just basically means that the producer couldn't be bothered.
Or couldn't play it in time. That's what it probably means.
You're killing me.
And a tune.
Oh my gosh. Anyway.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say that you was producing music, right?
I was pretty much producing. Yeah.
Okay.
People would come in and I wouldn't ask them for any money, but they'd just sing what they want, and I just tell them to punch the electric. So they'd just put a little £5 in the electric key. And
that's me, you know. He's like, you know, you want to do a project? Well, from the key charge, everything is blessed.
That's right. Everything is blessed.
Yeah. So okay. So within your producing, what materialized from that?
Okay.
From yourself.
Well, I got to work with quite a few good musicians, and works were getting out there, you know, and works were sort of getting around the place. Now, that led me to Maze. Actually, that's the irony of that.
Okay.
Is a project I was on with this other guy. I'd written a few songs, and Rome Lowry from Maze, he's the backing vocalist come almost percussionist, the way he plays the bongos as well for Maze.
Oh, okay.
Maze was started off by 3 it was Bug McKinley, Rome Lowry and Frankie Beverly.
Okay.
They went from the Butlers, before they were Maze.
Right.
They were the Butlers, they were Raw Soul, and then it became Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Right.
Yeah, so they were like they were singing doo-wop at one point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what production was you? Okay.
I sung a track. He had heard a track from a guy at a studio.
Yeah.
And said, "Who's that?" And then wanted to know who I was. Then came round to the house. This guy brought him round to my house. And at the time, well, I knew who Frankie Beverly is. You know what I mean? I know who Maze is, but I didn't know their face that well. And I was this guy turning up on my doorstep like, "Hey, I heard you blow," like that, because he'd say blow, he'd say singing, you know what I mean? "I heard you blow," like this, and I was like,
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Anyway, shame. Rome, if you're listening, you already know the story, so I've got nothing to feel embarrassed about.
Oh my gosh.
So here's the joke now. So he's like told me that he heard me singing at this studio and whatever.
Yeah.
At this state. And then says to me, "Oh, can he come in and talk to me about a project?" So I was like, "Yo, I don't know who this guy was from Adam anyway. I've never seen him before, but you know, I mean, he had the accent and all that, you know, so it was plausible."
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, I just washed my carpet and I said to him, "Can you come in? Can you just both remove your shoes?"
Hold on a second. Let me get this right. Let me get this right. Okay. So you had these people from Maze, right?
On my door.
On your doorstep. And the only thing that was stopping them from coming in your yard was the fact was he was washing your carpet.
Yeah, I just washed my carpet. I didn't like my carpet being dirty. Anyway, I said to them to come in. I wasn't rude, you know what I mean? I was like, "Oh, that's very nice of you, thank you very much. Come in, would you like to take off your shoes? Come and sit down in the living room. Can I get you a drink?" Yes, gave them a drink.
Yeah.
And I said, "1 moment please, I'll be right back."
Okay.
So watch me now, Gina. I run upstairs, I got out the album. I was looking on the album and I went, "Ross!" I flew back in the living room.
Oh,
now that I knew actually it was Rome.
Wow, you couldn't make that up.
You can't make it up. But then do you know what? I had him pushing my car one day. I was in this clapped out old Ford Escort.
You see, you're up on the car thing again, you know.
I was always driving. I had to drive. You got to get about.
Yeah.
So anyway, I became a part of this in-house production team with Rome.
Right.
And what he was basically doing was writing music and putting his in-house production team. There's a couple of other guys from over here, Dave Hall and Rob, and I can't remember what Rob's surname was. Forgive me. They were also part of it. They were English guys,
right?
But part of the in-house production team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they came from. Well, Dave Hall came from Bush, and I think Rob's brother used to have the cab company next to Peckin's Records. It's such a small world. Anyway, it's mad. Because where I used to go and visit Auntie Thelma and Uncle Morris, they lived like a stone's throw away from the old record shop Peckin's as well.
Okay.
They used to get their music from there.
Wow, look at that.
This is what I'm saying to you, it's insane. And anyway, so switching back up to now in the 80s, I met Rome now, and I think it was very late 80s, beginning of the 90s. Yeah, and I was working with these guys, and then we were using a studio over in Hackney to do some recording.
Right. What was the studio called?
I can't remember. I think it was somewhere near Globe, something Globe. I can't remember what it was called now. Just listen, it was a mad time.
Yeah.
It was an absolutely mad time, and at that time, I remember there was these guys playing this music in another room, and it was like they were playing a Dennis Brown tune, but they were playing it like a 78 speed, you know, like on the old Gram.
Right.
And it was junglist. They was creating
junglist.
Right.
So that was like, okay, so you're saying that was like in the 80s?
That was a late 80s,
beginning
of the 90s. Yeah.
Right.
By this time, because don't forget, I didn't just work with Roman. It was just a 1 month thing. We worked together for a couple of years.
Right. Okay.
And he'd go back because he was on tour as well.
Yeah, because
so he'd be doing his shows and then coming back to the UK.
Right.
Married to an English woman.
Okay.
And again, guess where they lived? Back at Chiswick. the road that leads on to Peckins Records where it is now. It's so mad. And the other joke about it is my parents met at the factory that used to be next to where Peckins Records is now, and it's now a block of flats.
And we're gonna cut this episode because on the next episode, obviously, if you have two members of Maze coming to your yard, right?
There was one, and the guy that he was there with.
Okay.
He wasn't from
When you got people like that coming to your yard, right? And all of a sudden it's like your whole thing is basically changing up. Obviously, there's things brewing. You're on the cusp of something. So we're gonna talk about the impending projects and movements that were basically about to take place in the next episode. So with that, we're gonna bid you adieu for now. So people stay blessed. Criminal.
Abstain from foolishness.